So my name is Brandon Karr. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Law Enforcement Drone Association. We're here at the Lone Star Flight Museum for our social event for the Law Enforcement Drone Association Conference. It's just a place where everybody can come in after doing a whole lot of seminar and a whole lot of flying to have fun and network and do some lesson learned and have some good food and good beer and learn about all this stuff. It's a lot of fun. So we talked about a lot of things. We talked about drone as first responder and Paralanes program, how they're the first agency in the nation to have fully beyond visual line of sight operations. We talked about tactical operations, how drones are being used for SWAT ops. We talked about a legal update because in the state of Texas, we have a lot of flux with Texas Government Code 423 and how that's affecting law enforcement. We've talked about best practices for safety in terms of how to fly a drone. We also talked about training requirements and training standards, things of that nature from a seminar perspective for the first half of the day. The second half of the day, we went out and did actual flight operations where they practiced tactics for searching for people, tactics for emergency operations, best practices, and for standardized basic pilot proficiency. You have to have those relationships because y'all are the experts at talking to legislators. We know what we need, but we don't know how to always articulate that, right? That's why we do a whole lot of training on how to talk. But yeah, I mean, being a Tmpa member for years with the city of Pearland and utilizing y'all on multiple occasions, y'all were instrumental in helping me out with being able to handle some of the stuff that I had to go through with Pearland, for better and for worse. And then on top of that, we were able to leverage y'all from a law enforcement perspective because we are the voice for drone pilots, for law enforcement. Y'all are the voice on a much bigger scale, right? And so being able to communicate with y'all and get that voice heard, as well as help us learn on how we can help y'all more, right? So it's very mutually beneficial for both of us, and we greatly appreciate everything that Tmpa has done to help us, especially with Texas Government Code 423 being here and being on the books, not being on the books, finding unconstitutional, constitutional. So law enforcement's having a really hard time knowing what they should or should not do with that. And having a voice both from the legislative perspective and as a representative to safeguard our officers, it's worth its weight in gold.